All right. Hey, good evening, everyone. This is Tammy Stoffel, and I am Stampin' Tammy. I'm in Washougal, Washington on this Thanksgiving evening. I hope you all had a great holiday. It was a work day for me. I'm a nurse of 32 years, and I work in acute care, working in care management now. So they're holidays, we all take our turns working, but that's okay. We all know how to deal with that. I mean, it's that way for first responders and the military and those that are in healthcare in particular. And then there's also the folks that are working at the gas stations and little convenience stores, some of the restaurants that stay open, and we all just make it what it is, and go from there. So tonight I have a template I want to show you, and it's how to create a custom sized gift box. So tomorrow is Black Friday, and many of you will be out and about shopping, and you don't have to just create these small boxes that are shown. You can custom size a gift box with even with multiple pieces of paper. I haven't figured that process out yet. I know it's just a matter of changing the formula. And so as I get a chance to tweak it around a little bit, I'll come back and show it to you again. It looks like I'm a little crooked here. Sorry. My phone just wanted to sag, I think. I think that's okay. So I am going to come back and watch and look at all the comments as once I finish up. We're out here in the boonies, so internet is doesn't always stream real fast. And I don't want to take away from the quality of the video and have it be all pixely for you. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is an easy to follow guide for creating a custom sized gift box. I've watched multiple videos from multiple demonstrators. There's many different ways to do this. But a few years ago, Donna Griffith from the Stampin' Up! Home office put out a video, and she showed this template as to how to create that custom-sized gift box. And man, this really makes it a little bit, formula helps to make it easier. If you're going to make a square box, you start with the inside dimension. You need to know what your inside dimension has to be. Okay, so that is the size of the item that you're putting into the box. You put your inside dimension here, and then you determine how tall your sides need to be. And that is, again, the size of the item that you're going to box up. And I'm going to use this piece of paper actually as a guide, because what I've got here are rectangle items, and I don't want to do that one yet. So we're going to show you how to do on a square. So you've got a square item, so it would be this 3D embossing folder. This is and it's 6 inches by 6 inches, and let's say you needs to be a depth of 1/2 inch. So this is going to be 6 inches. Your sides are going to be a 1/2 inch on this side and 1/2 inch. So 1/2 inch, 6 inches, 1/2 inch. Add all of that together, and you've got a 7-inch square piece of paper. That's your bottom dimension. And then you've got your top, and it's the same process, okay? There's a couple of different things that you can do to get this inside dimension. What you really need to do when you're making your lid is to make sure that it's just ever so slightly larger than the bottom so that your lid will fit nicely over the top. A couple different ways to go about that. Connie Stewart, Simply Simple Stamping, has a fabulous tutorial on how to make a guide for your simply scoring tool. And so you might, if you want to make multiple boxes, that's a good option for you, is to check out her video and see how to make that guide. The other option is what was shown in the video here from Donna Griffith. And that is, she took, let me get my paper up here. So she took a 12, so the size that I'm using here for the square actually is a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, okay? And she said on two sides, just two sides, to take just a smidge off of each side. And a smidge is really, let's see here if you guys can see this. So this is the Cuttin and Score tool. This is the track where the blade runs through. And a smidge is literally, let's see if you can see this. There's the cutting edge, and then literally that next tick adjacent to the track. That's all it takes. It would be like, I don't even know, a 1/16 of an inch might be too much. But trim off just ever so slightly on two sides of the box. And then for this box, this 12 by 12 piece of cardstock, we're going to score on all four sides. And it is scored at 2.5 inches. So 2.5 inches in on all four sides, I scored. And then I cut up the center and wedged these flaps. These are the flaps that are going to fold in. Okay. And then for my top, and see, let the DSP do the beautiful work for you. So you're going to take a 10.5 by 10.5 sheet of paper, and then you're going to score at 1 3/4 on all four sides. And I did do the some of the work for ahead of time here, the cutting, so that we're not too lengthy on the video. So I know we're all, or most people, are having a little tryptophan nap from the turkey, if you had turkey. Okay, so we're going to take our cardstock and we're going to burnish the sides, those folds. Okay, so just like so, we're going to fold those edges over. I need to move these before I bend them up. And over like so. A little more burnishing. One more to go here. Okay. When you're making a box, you want to make sure that you use a heavy-duty adhesive. My personal preference is to use the Terran tape. You can use the liquid adhesive, but you do have to hold it for a few minutes so that it gets a chance to tack up. Okay, so we are going to fold our box in like so. So we're going to flip this over, and on the what would be the outside, these little flaps, we're going to put our adhesive. You can also use the Stampin' Seal Plus. Is another great adhesive. Okay. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And tell me what you had for, what did you have for your meal? Comment in the comments there if you would. This video will also be uploaded to YouTube, so be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then you'll see all of the latest content. It's easy to find. You don't have to scroll back through Facebook trying to figure out where it is. Also, the commenting and sharing the videos helps with my viewership and makes it so that other people can find me. So I do appreciate that so much. I am also running a Black Friday special. It runs through November 30th. Peel these strips off. And then we're going to fold this up. Let's see. And then we're going to line up the corner. Okay. Line up the corner, press those together. All right, let's do that again. So my Black Friday special runs through November 30th, and it is free shipping on all orders placed online of $50 or more. The shipping cost I reimburse you for, okay? Or if you wanted me to place the order for you, we can talk about that, and then I can cover the shipping right off the bat. The reimbursement of the shipping would be either I would send you a check, or I could reimburse you through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. So if there's something that you've been looking at, wanting to get, shopping for a crafter, I've got lots and lots of ideas for that. I'm happy to help you. One more side and we've got the bottom done. Okay. All right, so then you just line these two edges up at the seam, press together, and smooth those edges down. All right, and we have a bottom of the box, and that's a decent sized gift box out of 12 by 12 paper. We can make larger gift boxes. Like I said, it's just a matter of tweaking that formula, and once I get an opportunity to create a few more, I'll bring those to you as well. Okay, now we're moving on to the top. And this is the beautiful Designer Series paper from the Whimsy and Wonder Specialty Designer Series paper. It is got the holographic snowflakes on there. This side could easily be any kind of a gift for a girl or a woman in particular, just because it's a little more feminine print. But this doesn't scream holiday. So you could easily make this into a birthday box or a Valentine's Day box, whatever you want to do. Okay, so this is the top. And again, I've scored it at 1 3/4 all the way around. I cut the flaps, and then I took a little tiny wedge just so that it lays a little cleaner. So we're going to fold these. So we get those edges nice and clean. Just like so. Okay. One last burnish, and I think we're going to be good here. Okay, again, top, outside, up. And then you're going to put your tear and tape on. And a piece at the top, and a piece at the seam. And this tape literally just tears. You don't have to cut it with scissors. Just like so. Sticking to my fingers. It's kind of like the tape in the gloves when I'm changing a dressing. Have you ever tried to change a bandage and work with gloves with the tape? Oh my goodness. It is all about practice and technique. Okay, so we'll take these tear and tape pieces off. We'll get our box put together. And then I'll show you the template for the next one. Okay, so again, line up those edges and then smooth. Line up the edges and smooth. Crafting for me is very therapeutic. It's a de-stressor. You know, I've been a nurse for 32 years. Much of that has been acute care at the bedside, and it can be very, very taxing. So this is a good release for me. Some great ideas if you're looking for inexpensive gifts for family members or friends that are crafters. The liquid adhesive, the tear and tape sequins, Just depends on what your, what your budget is and what you're looking for, and I can help with any and all of those things. Okay, so here is our lid, and here's our bottom. And just like that, we have a beautiful Christmas box. You can tie a ribbon around it. You can use some silver cording and tie a bow. You can make a gift tag. You can leave it just exactly like this, and you've got a great gift box. The lid isn't going to go anywhere because of the way we trim and cut everything. And that's a nice size box. You can put a lot of things in that. Okay, so again, here's an opportunity if you wanted to take a screenshot of this template. This is the custom sized gift box for the square. Again, you start with your bottom. This is how to determine the size of paper that you need. You need the inside dimension of your product that you want to wrap, and the sides on each side. Come up with your number here, and then your top is the inside dimension, and you're going to add just a smidge or to here. And you can do that when you're using this scoring tool. And that's, again, on the trimmer, you would just add, if you're scoring, you would add just is that right? You're going to add a smidge. So you line up where you want to score at. Say you want to score at 2 inches. Then you would come over here and add a 1/16 of an inch. And that will give you that nice fitting lid without buckling the bottom. Because they do have to be just slightly, top does have to be slightly larger. Okay, and then for a rectangle, it's just a little bit more work, but you're going to get your size of paper figured out here. You just do both sides rather than treating it as a square where you only have to measure one side. So you're going to measure your side. Let's see, you're going to measure your side height, and we're going to do this one here is just about a half inch. No, we better go a little more than, let's say 3/4 of an inch, or actually we'll just say we want it to be 1 inch. So you're going to 1 inch and 1 inch, and then you're going to take your width or your length, whichever you prefer. And we're going to say it needs to be 5 1/4. So 5 1/4 would go here. 1 inch, 5 1/4, 1 inch. And then flip it around, 1 inch. And you're going to go for your length, which is 7 1/2 inches. So 1, 7 1/2, and 1. And this will give you the size of your paper for the bottom, and then just repeat that process for the top. Okay, does that make sense? Alrighty, I've got one more box I want to show you, and that is how to make a reinforced edge on the lid. It just gives the lid a little more stability. And this is an idea that I found from Sam Hammond. Sam is Poodle's Paper Craft. She is the #1 demonstrator in the UK. She makes loads of boxes, all different types, sizes, odd shapes, and just a wealth of knowledge. So again, that's Sam Hammond, Poodle's Paper Craft. You can find her on YouTube, and there's some fabulous videos there. Okay, so we are going to start with a, we're going to make a reinforced lid box. So we're going to start with a piece of the Evening Evergreen, and this is 7 by 7. And we're going to score it at 2 inches all the way around. Okay, make sure everybody can see what I'm doing here. All right, so this is, again, the cut and score tool. This is the cutting blade. Keep it up and out of the way. Don't ask me how I know, because you will cut your paper. And then this is the scoring blade, and we just run it across there a couple of times. And at 2 inches, again. So that's 2 inches on all 4 sides. And this is going to make a small box, but it'll be taller. And again, at the 2 inch mark. The Designer Series paper is a 6 by 6 piece, and this is the I'm going to have to put it in the description because I've completely blanked on which paper pack this is from. It's a 6 by 6 paper pack, and it is in the annual catalog with the Christmas items. I don't remember what it is. So anyway, okay, so this one, you're going to make 2 score marks on both sides, on all 4 sides. So we're going to score it 1/2 inch and then 1.5 inches. So we're going to start here. Actually, we're going to do 1.5, and then we'll go to 1/2. So 1.5 inches and 1/2 inch. When you're scoring on the Designer Series paper, be careful not to press too hard or score too hard, because the paper is a little thinner and you could tear it. And 1/2 inch. One 1.5 inch. One 1/2 inch. And one side left to go. One 1.5 inch. And 1/2 inch. Okay. You can also use the trimmer to make your cuts on your paper. I'm not quite that good. I'll get there, just not yet. Okay, so it's difficult to see, but you're going to, because there is a score line here and a score line here and a score line here and here, there's these multiple rectangles, okay? This portion right here is your corner square. You're going to cut off this portion and just leave this smaller tab. Okay, and where did I put my scissors? Alrighty. So we're going to cut up to that score line. And then this, we're just going to cut that tab off. And then wedge it. And again, just a little wedge. Okay, so we're going to fold it so I can see where I'm cutting. We're going to take the inside score line and we're going to cut up to the second score mark. And then we're going to cut the outer edge and cut that tab off there. Okay, so you see what I've done here? I've cut these outer edges and left just the inside piece of the 1.5 inch score marks. Again, cut up to that score line, and then we're going to trim all of this off. When I'm cutting, I like to get my head right in the middle of all of this, so I get my face right over the top of the items that I'm cutting. But that puts my head with all my gray hair in front of the camera. So that doesn't work. Okay. And I can see where on the end of the paper, I actually pressed a little too hard with the scoring blade. There is a tool, a scoring board that works really well for this sort of thing. In fact, I don't know why I didn't dig it out. This is what it looks like. It's got all these little grooves and it's got a stylus, and you use that to make your marks. And it's a little easier to control and makes things go a little bit faster if you're making multiple score marks. So this is the scoring board. And that is also in the annual catalog. Okay, so we're going to make our little folds here. And we're almost getting close to being done, guys. This video is probably a little bit long, but I wanted to show you this reinforced edge. Okay. So that tear and tape right along the edge there. And this is that 1/2 inch little sliver. It is what gives the reinforcement to the to your box lid. Makes the whole thing just a little more sturdy. When you're using the template formula, it doesn't account for this little piece right here. All you need to do is add a 1/2 inch to your tall sides, okay? 1/2 inch on either side there, and then make 2 score marks instead of just the 1, and that's how you get your reinforced edge. Okay, so we'll get that tear and tape off of there. If you get a little tape bugger hanging there, just fold it right over the top. It folds over right on top of each of itself very nicely. And if you find that it wants to peel back up when you're trying to take the tear, the adhesive, release paper is what it's called. If the release paper wants to pull the whole thing up, then just give it a little reinforcement over the top of the release paper, and it'll stick it to the to your paper. Just fold this piece over. Okay, fold that flap in, just like so, on all 4 sides. All right. Now we're going to flip it over here, and we're going to add a little more of the tear tape. And this is a fun way for you to dress up your gift. You can do this for, for anyone. Make it a special something. Everyone gets a special gift wrapped something under the tree that's custom designed just for them. All my kids are grown now. My youngest is still home, but he's a big kid. He's an adult now and working a job. My oldest son is coming home for Christmas. In fact, he flies in on his birthday. And then we have two daughters, 5 grandchildren. Tell me what you have. Okay, tear and tape on the edge there. Fold this in, line up those corners. Oh, I didn't wedge that one. Hold on. Try to not use your good scissors with the tape. It just gums them up. So if you have scissors, set aside a pair of scissors for ribbon, just like your sewing scissors. Nobody gets to touch the sewing scissors. I have sewing scissors that I haven't gotten out for years. Still, nobody gets to touch my sewing scissors. Same thing with ribbon scissors, okay? That is why you make that little angle edge so that it lays nicely here. Okay, there's one. Fold it in, line it up, and press it together. Oh yeah. Fold it in, line it up. Oh, well, gee, guys. I didn't do all my wedging either. There we go. We'll fix that. And last one. Okay. So learn from my mistake, okay? I didn't get this lined up right. And I should have put tear and tape on the edge here. So I'm going to go back through and reinforce those edges. I was just trying to speed things up, but you really need to use 2 pieces of the tear and tape. One on the seam edge and one at the end. So I'll have to go back through and put some glue in there. Use the glue if you're trying to fix it. Otherwise, you're going to have a gummed up mess from the tear and tape. But anyway, this is how you make a reinforced edge lid for your box. Okay. And again, this is the bottom. And we'll just wrap it up here so I'm not dragging this out too long for you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you give these a try. They are a lot of fun. They're really easy. The designer series paper steals the show and makes it so simple for you. If you don't have designer series paper or you want something a little different, then take a plain sheet of either basic white or a neutral color, or even some of the other colors if you've got the ink that goes with it, and just stamp your images all over the paper, and you've created your own designer series paper. So with that, I want to say thank you for watching. I appreciate you all so much. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. The more viewers that I get, the easier it will be to find me when you search for items, and that's how I get exposure. I do, like I said, I do appreciate each and every one of you. Comments, likes, and shares on my videos and my posts on Facebook also help with that exposure. If you wanted to take advantage of the my Black Friday special that runs through November 30th, just go online and place an order through my online store. I get an email notification. I will send you a message and we'll discuss how you want to be reimbursed for your shipping expenses. You can let me know or just send me a message email, or I'll reach out to you so that you get that back. As always, when you place an order of $50 or more, I have a 4-card tutorial that I will send out to you. Oh, and I almost forgot. I have a holiday helper, 12 days of Christmas holiday helper tutorial coming up, and I'll be sending that out to all of my newsletter subscribers. If you are interested in receiving my newsletter, please either email me, message me your email address, and then I will put you into the database. The company that I use for the newsletters, it's called Aweber, and I have a process to verify subscriptions, okay? It's really important that if you want my newsletter and you give me your email, that you watch your email and your spam folder for this subscription verification. Once that's sent out to your email address, even if it went to the junk folder, I can't resend it. It's the way the spam laws work. So if you want my newsletter, I will let you know as soon as I input the information into the system, so that you can be looking for that subscription verification email, and absolutely double check your junk folder. So it'll be either come from StampinTammy or from Tammy Stoffel, and that is so you can get my newsletters. And then coming up, starting the 1st of December, every day for 12 days will be the Holiday Helper 12 Days of Christmas tutorial, one every day until December 12th. So I hope you guys have a good evening. Thank you again for watching, and enjoy making your boxes.